Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the conversation on TOS TV Network. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I think I wait every day to actually come and say, thank God it's Friday. I hope you have plans for the weekend. What are your plans for the weekend? Or are you just planning to sit here and relax and just soak in the week like a plan to do? Well, my name is Adesu Elsie.
And my name is Merciful Ajinamo. Good morning. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, thank God it's Friday. I mean, look at Merciful. Looks Friday already. So.
Now, this is what we call transformation. Before now, whenever we were on the show on a Friday, you would say, Merciful, you look at Monday.
Yes.
You look Monday-ish. But now, who's looking Monday? Who's looking Tuesday?
Oh, okay.
Tables have turned. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Like I said it, I'm just going to, sit in and, soak in the weekend.
Just soak.
Soak in, the week and just relax. Let it sink in, let it breathe and all
What
that
is
stuff.
sinking?
The whole week. All right, people, will bring you the quote of the day right about now. Afterwards, we'll be bringing you stories and happenings, from across Africa.
Always remember,
This man I have creative design. We really like it, but
you deserve a break. You can indulge in a cup of 3-in-1 Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Indulge. Now available in the 450 grams pouch.
All right, we move straight into, bringing you stories and happenings from across Africa, starting with Algeria. Algeria's ruling political party, the National Liberation Front, FLN, has won the legislative elections held on Saturday with 105 seats of the 407 seats in parliament. According to the head of the Electoral Authority, the FLN's share of the seat has recorded a significant decline compared to the last election. It lost more than 50 seats and controls a quarter of the elected members of the new assembly.
Yeah, that's one African country that, we're looking about elections, accountability, transparency, people that have won the seat, let them have it and everything. We move over to, talking about TB Joshua's death and everything. Church of Nativity in Bethlehem lights a candle to mourn Nigerian charismatic pastor, televangelist, philanthropist, and founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations, Temitope Balogun Joshua, who is often called TB Joshua. The candle light was performed by the priest in charge of the church, that is William Gatters.
I mean, his death was very shocking to a lot of Nigerians. I know that I, for one, when I heard it, I was like, no, that's not true. Where did you get that news from? And then I was posting the internet. I was like, wait, it's actually true. He passed. How? What happened? And everyone wanted to know because TB just like everyone would say he's a controversial person.
Yeah.
But it was one of the most famous,
humanitarians
in Nigeria. And then a lot of persons actually felt the brunt.
The church recorded almost 1 million growth to the social media account of the church and everything. So it's when his death came that people started knowing what he was done. People that benefited from him. Most people didn't even know what he was doing till he died. So it now calls for that sadness that we saw, the week that it was announced and everything. And I think Nigeria, Africans, we need those kind of people who are touching lives wherever they are.
Yes.
Whether they are in the churches, in the mosque, in the communities, or just even our friends and families.
Yes, like they always say, it's not how long you live, it's what you do while you're alive.
It's what you do while you're alive.
That's what it is. All right, moving away from there to South Sudan, where the Medicine Sans Frontiers has raised an alarm over the imminent rainy season in South Sudan, bringing about massive spikes in malaria cases, especially with children under 5 years of age. But Toots Chol, MSF Medical Director in South Sudan, said children under 5 years of age are the most at risk of complications such as anemia and convulsions, becoming unconscious or being unable to talk or walk. This is where seasonal malaria chemoprevention has a positive impact by reducing the burden of the disease on children and even death if infected with malaria.
During the World Malaria Day on this show, we said it is important that we keep the sensitization going. People have to realize that it is not just coronavirus that is here. we'll still have diseases that need to be fought deliberately, intentionally.
Yes.
So these diseases, they are still out there. And the children, they are more at risk.
I mean, malaria has been in Africa since I can remember. Like, it felt like it was an African
When you say
thing.
since you can remember, are you saying since you were born?
Since I was born, really, because every time, malaria, it felt like the normal thing. I have malaria, and then you just go, over-the-counter medication and stuff like that. But malaria in children are very, very delicate and very worse, because their immune system is still developing and all of that stuff. And then rainy season makes it worse.
Yes,
because of the cold. Then you have, mosquitoes. It's permanent during the rainy season.
I feel some people in Africa have gotten used to malaria. When they see the symptoms, they know what to do because it has happened before. So it's like, we're treated, we know the season. When last did you treat malaria? Okay, it was so time. Okay, let me take on the medication and everything. So I think it's still there. People should just know that we have to keep the treatment going. We have to keep the prevention by mosquito
vaccination and all of that stuff.
Vaccination and everything. All right, I'm talking about bilateral ties. The volume of trade between Nigeria and South Africa hit $2.9 billion in 2020. That is according to Nigeria's Consul General Malik Abdul in a statement. South Africa imported $2.48 billion worth of goods, predominantly crude oil from Nigeria, and exported $425 million to Nigeria.
Well, I think the only thing that gladdens my heart here, in as much as bilateral trade is very well welcomed, especially between African countries, but it felt as though we exported more than we imported.
So, we're always talking about made in Nigeria goods and placing emphasis on what we export rather than what we, someone calls us the what now, the consumers.
Yes,
we eat more than we send out.
Yes, exactly.
Someone said, I was like, we have to look towards a time where we produce, we manufacture more than
actually
consume and everything.
Yes, exactly. That's actually, quite
and that was just 2020 alone.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the numbers for 2021.
Definitely, especially when the coronavirus has, gone on down, fizzled out.
All right, with that, we bring you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. And then that after that, we'll be bringing you front pages of the newspapers as front page headlines for this morning.
TOS TV Network mobile app is now available. You can now catch up on our breaking news, stream our programs live, watch out for the latest update on sports and politics as they unfold. You can also get notifications for our upcoming programs and events. All these on our TOS TV Network mobile app, available on Apple Store and Google Play Store. TOS TV News from Africa by Africans.
Being a journalist means in-depth analysis that unravels hidden truths, that question the status quo and fact-checks government.
These criminal elements hiding under the cloak of surveillance contractors are the APC elements.
Do you have facts to prove that? Being a journalist means waking up every day with a burning desire for peace, equity, and justice for all citizens.
We're being told that the choice you have is to take the lesser of two evils.
It means patriotism via the prism of objectivity and accountability. It means giving my platform to the masses to discuss issues that matter to them.
Some of them, if they bring budget, and the budget they look. Some of them sleep. They're going to ask how much you are on. I have it.
Thereby shaping government policies and laws. My name is Osasu Igbenegbu, and I am the People's Journalist.
Thank you for staying tuned to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. Don't forget, I always say, be a part of our social media community so you do not miss out on all our amazing media content we have for your viewing and listening pleasure. Our social media platforms are displayed on your screen right there. You can follow us across our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter platforms. That is the TOS TV Network. And you can also live stream the program on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, please do so you do not miss out on our amazing content. As the conversation this segment is the newspaper headline segment of the show, and we'll bring you some of the national dailies from across our newspapers. We begin with the Blueprint newspaper. From the very top, as always, NPO urges National Assembly to step down NPC bill over litigation. We can get that on page 5 of the Blueprint newspaper. The banner headline there says, as Buhari orders crack down on criminals, bandits storm peaceful KB, abduct FGC student, VP others. Two riders, the first kill policeman, shoot student, convey victims in parent's vehicle. The second, reps raise the alarm, seek troops deployment. We can get that story on page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper.
All right, away from the Blueprint newspaper to the Daily Trust newspaper, starting from the very top as well. EFCC combs Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt estates for loot. We've contained IPOB attacks in Southeast. That's the military saying that. How bandits kill policemen, abducted students, staff in Kebbi. Now to the banner headline on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Press Council Bill. Presidency reps set to ground newspapers. Airing medium to pay 10 million naira. Journalist 250,000 naira. NPO asks legislators to discard bill. It's a government baby. House Committee Chair. Don't infringe on press freedom. IPC, MRA, others. That is it for the Daily Trust newspaper this morning.
And over to the Daily Times. From the very top, we see the same story replicated across all the newspaper headlines, and that is bandits storm FGC Kebbi, kill policeman, abduct students, teachers. That can be found on page 5 of the Daily Times. The banner headline is Buhari in Borno, tasks security agencies on terrorism, others. We can find that on page 2, and that's the picture of the day there. Underneath there, we see the story on Zambia. African statesman Kenneth Kaunda passes on. That can be found on page 4 of the Daily Times.
And so the last front page we're going to be looking at, that's the front page of the Nigerian Pilot. The very first headline there says, Buhari says there'll be no rest until peace is restored in Borno. Beside that, impunity reigns in presidency. BDP governors. Bandits again, that's the banner headline on the Nigerian Pilot. Invade Kebbi school, key policemen abduct 5 teachers, unspecified number of students. 4 males, 1 female teacher yet to be ascertained. Number of students abducted. That's coming from the police. Bandits having field day in my constituency. Kebbi reps cries out. Says they left message that they will come back after their earlier attack last week. Just underneath the picture of the day, coordinated military operations have reduced insecurity in Nigeria. That's coming from the DHQ. The other headline on the Nigerian Pilot this morning, you should get yourself a copy of any of this paper so you can just read up on all of these stories.
You see, we keep coming to the show and keep talking about insecurity,
yes.
One insecurity issue or the other. That's why it's important people, read about the stories coming from the DHQ saying coordinated military operations have reduced insecurity in Nigeria. I would say to an extent, yeah.
Reduced?
But yes, when they say reduced, because really there was a time where we were always coming one abduction or the other, one kidnapping or the other. But we're looking forward to a time where it is totally, reduced to the barest minimum. Because like I said, the priority for every government should be the safety of lives and property.
In as much as the DHQ is saying that the coordinated military activities has reduced, insecurity in Nigeria, I personally do not agree.
Okay.
I may not have, their numbers, I don't know. That is the reason why we should always see statistics and all of that stuff. The numbers are important, so we can know that, okay, despite what we are seeing, you're doing so much. These are the numbers. It's there. We can actually see it. You are saying you've reduced insecurity in Nigeria. Fine, your records might say that, but what we're seeing doesn't show that. Across all the front pages this morning, we see heightened number of insecurity. Especially but then the Department of Security is saying it has reduced. How? Where is the balance? Where is the correlation? We don't see it, and that's why I feel like numbers are important. The statistics are important. I'm not saying they're not doing anything. We can see the efforts, you know, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't seem as though they're doing anything. It doesn't seem as though the insecurity issues are reduced. Maybe they're talking about reduced, you know, in kidnappings.
In some places,
maybe in kidnappings and maybe killings. But insecurity goes beyond just kidnapping and killings. They're all there's so many. If I cannot leave my house at night, I feel very unsafe. Until we can actually, you know, be able to do that in Nigeria, as citizens of Nigeria, here in Nigeria, then I don't think insecurity.
Well, I'm actually of a different opinion when it comes to the reduction in statistics and number of everything. You know, before now, there were always heightened tension in some parts of Nigeria, especially the northeast. We had, we kept hearing stories from Borno, that's Maiduguri before now. Then gradually, it crept into the southeast part of the country. So there was a time where we came here on the show, and every day. I think 2 months or a month ago or something. So it was always the one thing or the other in Borno State. But yesterday we had the president, you know, visit Borno State. You know, he went there and came back, and we saw the things he's done. We even saw the pictures on some of the newspapers this morning. So for the fact that we do not that it's not there, but that we can come on the show on a day and not see a story from Borno, which used to be the hit point.
That is the thing. They're not saying it has reduced insecurity in Borno State, in the country. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
But all of the statistics, it comes to become a whole.
Yes.
So when we treat them apart, we're actually treating them as a whole.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they are not doing anything. That's why I said we can see the efforts.
But it
doesn't feel like it, because it has spread across border. It was very concentrated in that part, the northeastern part of Nigeria. But now it has spread across borders. So if we're not seeing it here, it's very prominent in the east and all of that stuff. That's where I'm coming from. So even as much as it might not be prominent in Borno and Maiduguri like it was, don't go to the southeast. Go to the southwest and see what's happening over there. That's just, you know, what my standpoint is.
We do hope all of this, you know, becomes a thing of the past,
exactly.
the nearest future.
Yes.
That's the most you can take on the newspaper headline segment of the show, the conversation. We'll just take a short break now. And on return, we'll be bringing you the big story.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. Eat the farm, say it's happy. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you, not do pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifact for Panadol.
Many thanks for staying tuned to the conversation, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, that is TOS Television. And as always, you can always be a part of our social media community by following us across all our social media platforms displayed on your screen, that is Instagram, Facebook, even Twitter. You can live stream the program on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com, and other programs. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so you do not miss out on our amazing content. It is the big story, the crux of the conversation for this morning. And the Friday edition focuses on the Twitter ban in Nigeria, the huge loss on Nigerian businesses. We look at how the suspension of Twitter by the federal government of Nigeria has affected Nigerian businesses, especially those who rely on the Twitter platform. And joining us this morning is Ogbiraha Ejiro Michel, social media strategist. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing very fine, thank you.
Good. So the first question, how has business been since the suspension of the Twitter? Is a week or two?
Yeah, June 7th, I think.
June 7th,
like
okay.
2 weeks now.
Yes, 2 weeks.
So how's business been for you?
First, I'm a digital marketer and a social media strategist. And part of my job is to create awareness for businesses and for brands via all the social media platforms, of which Twitter is a big space for my job. And business so far has been traumatic, really, because as it stands now, a lot of the business, myself and other businesses, I mean other people like myself, digital marketers, social media managers, social media marketers, and even brand ambassadors. It's like our plate has been taken off the table because brands don't want to get in the way of the government, especially international brands, because it's like you come into my country and I'm saying, I don't want this. You wouldn't want to go against that, except of course you have a very strong legal backing. But how many businesses want to go against that? So a lot of businesses, a lot of brands say, okay, let's keep it cool until the ban is over. And that is also saying, Michelle, hold on until the ban is over.
So that has had like an impact on your income, a sizable impact on your income?
Yes, a great effect, downside.
Okay, but a lot of people would argue that Twitter is not really the only platform where you can do your business as a digital marketer or a digital strategy. You have all the social media platforms. So why is Twitter ban, very instrumental to, your income?
Well, I will firstly say that Twitter is a community, very, very different from Instagram, very, very different from Facebook. Now, it's a community of not just tweeps, not just people with like mind, but it's like a country of its own.
Okay.
Where there is a connection between everybody. Now, someone has asked me this question, like, why not just take your business to Instagram? Why not just take it to Facebook?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a sizable amount of people there too, ready to get whatever you are buying or selling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is it. Instagram and Facebook. Okay, let's even go to Instagram. Instagram, I think, is like what businesses use.
Yes.
Now, for a new business going on Instagram, you have, let's say, 20 followers on Instagram, and you post something, your product. For a business with 20 followers, 100 followers, 500 followers, 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, you will still get to struggle with selling. Because the way Instagram is if I see a product on Instagram, there are billions of people rendering the same service or selling the same product. I would first have to profile you. I'll go to your page, check your followership, check your testimonials, pictures, everything, before I can now say, okay. And then I will still have to ask, like, this guy, is he really legit? But Twitter isn't like that. With just 50 followers, we have people with just 50 followers, they are making 300K every week via Twitter. Because the way Twitter is you post a picture and you just use, for example, Abuja Twitter community. And the whole Abuja is rooting for you. The whole Abuja is retweeting. The whole Abuja is requoting. They are speaking for you without knowing you. So it's a community, unlike any other social media platform.
Let's step away from the business angle of all of this. Do you think personally that this Twitter ban, the government, the federal government of Nigeria, has the right interest, is in the interest of Nigerians? Do you think this Twitter ban is an overall good regardless of all of these issues that you're facing?
Okay, I would say there are 39 million people, 39.6 Nigerians using Twitter. And 39.6 million people have a say. That is why it's a community. The effect on the Nigeria economy alone is too cumbersome. Now, going just before that, Twitter wanted to have its headquarters in West Africa.
Yes.
That was
in April. And they looked everywhere. And they thought it wise to go to Ghana, that has 35 million people. Not even up to the amount of people on Twitter. Why? Because they feel the ecosystem, Nigerian Twitter ecosystem, is not democratic, or the social media space isn't democratic enough for them. Now, that singular act alone has laid off a lot of investors to come into Nigeria, tech space, digital investors, to come into Nigeria and set up something. Now, everyone wants to go to Ghana to set up. Even, of course, there are already big tech giants here. But what are you doing to sustain these giants? Rather, you are doing things to take them out. We already have policies. Okay, let's take Abuja, for example. When you set up a business, a small business owner in Abuja, you can't have a signage. Because why? AMAC. AMAC is going to come, before even AMAC, you pay CSC, Corporate Affairs Commission. You pay them, then you pay, AMAC now comes and says, before you can have a signage, you have to pay. And you're not just paying 10,000, you're paying 45,000, 50,000, 60,000 just for signage. Now, to run a business in Abuja, it's Abuja Municipal Council. You have to pay again, aside from CSC. Now, the Nigerian government is doing a lot to frustrate SMEs. As if that is not enough. Okay, Nigerian youth, as rugged, as dogged as we could be, they say, okay, this isn't working. Let's go to social media. At least that will help us. Now we are going to social media. And you guys are clamoring us down again. I mean, I don't know I don't know the interest, I don't know the plan the government has, but I don't think it's in the interest of any Nigerian youth.
Talking, all these analysis you just gave just reminded me of, I think it was in the news I was reading yesterday, when they said the government, they want to review, the NBC Act, that's the National Broadcasting Commission, and they want to include social media in that act. So social media will be under, the NBC. And of course, we have to have Twitter and other social media register as a business in Nigeria.
As a business.
Do you think that would work? What's your take on that one, really?
Well, Nigeria has tried it before. Nigeria tried it before, I think that was in 2015, if I'm not wrong, when Lai Mohammed came and said, you know what, everyone has to answer to us. But it didn't work. Now they are bringing the same, but now it's like they are doing everything over again, and it's failing over again.
But what do you think it's going to do to businesses on social media? That's because I do know that if they become a company, they have to pay tax and all of this stuff. And if they do that, they might social media users might have to pay to do business on social media. How do you think that's going to hamper, doing business on social media?
Yeah, I think it's going to have a great side effect. Because first, Nigerians are still struggling with getting around with social media marketing. And Twitter itself is like a savage for business owners. Now, running a business on Facebook and Instagram is very expensive, I must say. Now, for someone who has 2,000 followers, you post something on Instagram and you're getting just 100 likes. Now, the algorithm is that the 2,000 followers you have won't see what you posted. Very few. Instagram is making it so difficult. They want everybody to run sponsored ads. They want everyone to run sponsored ads so that they can, of course, make money too. But Twitter has come in a way such that you don't need to run sponsored ads. Just make your post. Use the right hashtags. And a lot of people are seeing it. But with everything that is happening right now, I must tell you, it has had a troll on every business owner using Twitter.
So how are you people now surviving? Those who have relied so much on Twitter, how are they surviving? Because like you said before we started this conversation, Nigerians are dogged. We always find a way to remain on the front burner. How has it been like? How do you guys survive? How do you make your money? How do you work?
Okay. For Twitter, of course, when the ban came up, everyone resorted to VPN. Not everyone, but a large amount of people resorted to VPN. But now, from that large amount of people, or from that strata of people that has resorted to VPN, are those people wealthy enough or rich enough to afford the services that have been placed there? Because the older generations, I must tell you, a lot of them don't want to use the VPN because they follow the rule back to back. And it is these people that are really that are really able to, yes, they are the target audience. They are the ones that are able to afford these things. And they are the ones that have stepped back. I know a lot of people, the older generation, that have stepped back because they are scared. What if something happens? What if police start coming and harassing, checking phones and all? So they've withdrawn. So even with the alternative of VPN, it's still hard because of that 39 million people, it's like half of the population has gone off Twitter. So there is no way it's not going to have effect.
So you haven't found an alternative to do business like with the Twitter ban?
Especially with the use of VPN being criminalized.
Yes. Now we have to go back to the drawing board. We have to pay the money. We have to take from where there isn't. We have to go back to Instagram. We have to go back to Facebook, create sponsored ads. I tell you, businesses now run ads with hundreds of naira. Businesses run 100,000 naira ads per day. Businesses run 200,000 naira ads per month. Businesses run millions of naira on just ads alone. So it's like Nigerian government is saying, no, we will frustrate you. Go back there. So now we are all going back there.
Going back to the drawing board.
To the drawing board. And then we are seeing how we can make it work again.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation this morning. All right, thank you viewers for staying tuned to the conversation. Don't forget, you can always be a part of our social media community. Your observations, your opinions are welcome. Just follow us across all our social media platforms that is displayed on your screen. Thank you for staying with us. I am Merciful Ajinamo.
And I'm Ade Suwaosi. Good morning and thank you for joining us today.